Today we're going to talk through the setup and use of the JustRight Surgical 5mm linear stapler. This device is intended for use in abdominal, gynecologic, pediatric, and thoracic surgery for resection, transection, and creation of anastomosis. The 2.0mm staple can be used on tissue that comfortably compresses to a thickness of 0.75mm to 1.0mm. The JustRight 5mm stapler places two staggered rows of 2.0mm titanium staples while simultaneously dividing the tissue between the two stapled rows. These titanium staples are non-ferromagnetic and acceptable for use with NMR and MRI procedures. The implanted staples will not become displaced or induce torque and do not result in localized heating. These implanted staples are categorized as MR safe. The JustRight 5mm stapler is designed for introduction and use through a 5mm cannula sleeve. Now let's begin with the setup sequence. The JustRight stapler comes packaged in a sterile tray with one reload. If additional reloads are necessary, they come in separate sterile trays. Begin by removing the green ship lock from the staple reload. We recommend that you leave the green ship lock on the reload until you are ready to load it into the handle. Depress the rib-to-grip area on the reload by rotating the ship lock in the direction of the arrow and pull back. To insert the reload into the handle, the top blue lever must be in the closed position. Now align the blue dot on the reload connector with the blue dot on the handle's rotation knob and insert until fully seated. The reload can only be inserted one way. The tabs on the reload connector are different widths and match the slots in the rotation knob. Rotate the reload shaft clockwise until the blue dot on the outside of the reload shaft aligns with the blue dot on the rotation knob. Now the device is ready to be handed off to the surgeon. In order to insert the stapler into a cannula sleeve, the top blue lever must be in the closed position. Lift the top blue handle to open the jaws. It is very important to remember that the top blue lever will remain in the up position until the surgeon is ready to remove the device from the patient and reload it. Turn the rotation knob until the jaws are in the desired position. When you are ready to position the stapler on tissue, ensure that no obstructions, such as clips or sutures, are in the instrument jaws. Firing a staple line over an obstruction may result in improperly formed staples or incomplete cutting. Be sure to position the tissue between the black lines on the outside of the instrument jaws. Pull back on the white jaw clamp lever until the jaws lock on the tissue. If the jaws of the device do not lock closed, the target tissue may be outside of the compression range. If it is necessary to reposition the jaws, press the blue jaw release button on the back of the handle and the jaws of the stapler will open. Once again, position the tissue between the black lines on the outside of the instrument jaws and pull back on the white jaw clamp lever until the jaws lock on the tissue. After completely clamping the jaws closed, pause for 10 seconds before firing. This will result in better tissue compression and better staple formation. Flip the green safety lock down. Now you are ready to fire the staples and transect the tissue. Pull back in one complete stroke on the blue staple deployment and cut lever, then release. Press the blue jaw release button to open the jaws. Push down on the blue top lever. It will be in the closed position. You can now remove the device from the cannula. Remove the spent staple reload by depressing the ribbed grip area on the reload and rotating it until the alignment pins are disengaged. Remove it from the handle and set it aside. You can now reload the device if necessary. The JustRight 5mm stapler may be reloaded and fired up to 15 times in a single procedure. Now that we've gone through the stapler setup and use in detail, here are 6 easy steps to remember. Step 1. Lift the top blue lever to open the jaws. Step 2. Pull the white jaw clamp lever to lock down on tissue. Step 3. press the green safety lock down. Step 4. Pull back on the blue staple deployment and cut lever to fire the staple line. Step 5. Press the blue jaw release button to open the jaws. Step 6. Close the blue top lever to remove from the cannula and reload. JustRight Surgical contraindicates the use of the 5mm stapler on any tissue that compresses to less than 0.75 millimeters in thickness, on any tissue that cannot comfortably compress to 1.0 millimeter or on the aorta. Do not use the JustRight 5mm stapler on tissue such as liver, hepatic vasculature, spleen, pancreas, or biliary structures. Do not use this device on structures where adequate hemostasis cannot be verified visually. Do not use the JustRight 5mm stapler with a staple line reinforcement material. Thank you for taking the time to review the JustRight 5mm stapler setup and use instructions. If you have any further questions, please call your local sales representative.